Welcome to Desk Geek. Today I wanted to show you the TriDef Smartcam. Now if you use XSplit, you've probably seen a little advertisement, specifically if you're in the green screen section, about using this TriDef Smartcam software. And what this does is, if you've used this green screen before, then you know you're going to be messing with the settings a lot in order to get it right. Maybe if you have the best green screen that money can buy and the best lighting in a studio, you set your settings once and you're good. But for most of us who are doing this on a budget, we may have just a regular green screen or material tacked up on a wall, and you have a couple of lights that you've set up in order to get some of that dissipation correct, but you're not spending thousands of dollars on a light setup. So you can end up having, every time you start up a stream or you're doing a recording, having to mess with those adjustments till you can get them just right, and that can be really, really annoying. Now, TriDef Smartcam attempts to be a plugin that you can simply click a button within your XSplit software and it does the work for you. And you can see I'm using it right now. It's doing a pretty good job. So what happens is you can see a little bit of the green screen through the holes in my chair, and if I'm moving, you can see it trying to kind of compensate, and it eats away at different portions of my chair or even myself. If I take a product and I'm wanting to show a product, it can tend to eat away at that product as well. And so there's certainly some flaws with it. If you're moving really quickly around, you'll see at times the green screen will completely appear, and it kind of shows up as a bluish, which is odd because my screen is completely chroma green. But you can see that it's trying to compensate for that, and it may eat at your fingers and things at times depending on where you are in the screen it's attempting to detect. Now I'm going to move over the XSplit so you can actually see the settings and how easy it is to configure, but keep in mind, once I show you this, it's going to kind of do this tunnel vision thing here with the screen, but you should still be able to see, there's the tunnel vision, but you should still be able to see the settings here when we go in. So in fact, maybe a better idea is to get the settings and just move that over itself. There we go. So that's the settings panel here, and you can see that when you install it, you're going to get a TriDef Smartcam icon. So instead of having to go to the chroma key section and setting that up, you can just click the TriDef Smartcam, and then it's going to give you an option for quality here depending on your CPU usage. So 1, low quality but low CPU usage, 5 being the highest CPU usage but your highest quality. I have that set to 5, and I could do a head and shoulders here and set that up, and you'll notice that it starts to kind of eat away at other things a little more quickly. It does a really good job. The fact I'm wearing a completely black beanie, I have a black shirt on, it's not eating away at my head or anything. It's definitely keeping my face in. My hands, it depends on where I put them and how fast I'm moving, and the same with my red chair. It will eat away portions of it. But overall, if you don't want to mess with the chroma key settings, which I hate messing with, it's $9.99 for the, at least currently, for the XSplit version that you see here. So you've got a couple different versions that you can buy. It comes with a 7-day trial, so definitely download it, see if it works for you. You may have a better lighting setup or situation than I do, and a different webcam. I'm using the Logitech 520, which is a very good 1080p webcam, but there may be differences in the webcams in the settings. I did try a bunch of different settings with my 520 webcam, and it didn't get any better than what you're seeing here, which I think is pretty good considering. You can look at some of my past broadcasts and you can see what it looks like with just playing with the chroma key settings, and sometimes you get some of those, you'll see in my videos, some artifacts or things like that. This one, your artifacting is mostly when you're moving things in and out of the screen, but it will eventually try to compensate for it. As you can see there, it doesn't like a lot of hand movement and that type of thing. So I hope they improve on this. Currently I'd give it about a 3 out of 5 stars. It could easily be a 5 out of 5 and make me really happy spending that $9.99 if they could figure out a way to keep it up when you're moving fast. Keep it up with the screen a little better, because it's a little distracting if you were doing a live stream having those artifacts. But for $9, it's really not a bad idea if you've already invested in XSplit to check it out. It also works with a couple other different softwares there. If you're doing Skype and things, you could see the Smartcam plugin for that at $14.99. It does not have an OBS plugin that I can see here, so I don't have any experience in trying to set that up or see if it runs smoother or not. So that's it. That's TriDef. If you've been interested and wanted to see what it looks like, that's what it does. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the plug on it yet, but I'm going to keep an eye on this, and hopefully it gets better and we can become great friends if I no longer have to play with those settings anymore. TriDef, we could be really good friends if you could get this just a little bit more improved, and I won't have to mess with this. It would be a dream come true. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you soon.